Okay, so now I've got some new defenses up, I've generated the appropriate items, and I'm going to be taking on another invasion. In this case, it's going to be the other Christmas-themed one that actually has intimidating opponents and actual bosses built in. Only problem is, it only works on a frost moon. Hey, no, it summons the frost moon. Right, I need to be using this at night. Well, change this to midnight, and let's start this one up. Lava traps are working properly this time. None of them can physically get to me. The lava is working beautifully. Yep, the Ever Scream is just cooking away in the lava. Only problem is it's now forced me out of hiding. Shit. Wait, no, the only thing that stops the event is daybreak. And I have time paused. Okay, at this rate I'm dying far too often. And I want to actually get this shit done, so you know what? Shameless God mode. I have never said I'm actually a good gamer. I'm more of a builder. And this way I can actually get up close and actually demonstrate this boss to you guys. This mecha motherfucker is quite the threat. And as you can see, actually has a second phase once you get him down to half health that is, yeah, it's very clearly a Terminator reference. Ah, and there's the first Krampus. And I've now smashed the Krampus. You know, I actually have some friends that would take that in a very different way, and I wish I hadn't said it. Ah, there she is. The Ice Queen.
Don't call me Ice Queen.
Her range of attacks is ridiculous. Her movement speed can be quite annoying. Dodging her in general. Avoiding her attacks is absurd. I think I've only ever beaten her legitimately once, and that was after taking on the true final boss of the base game in a modded playthrough with a bunch of really broken extra items. Three, two, one. Yes! And she didn't drop anything I didn't already have. There's one particular weapon that's supposed to drop, I believe, exclusively from her. That is necessary to achieve the ultimate weapon at the end of the game. So of course that means I have to farm this event and kill her until she drops it. Okay, so now I finally got that event fully farmed. There's only a handful of little things that they didn't drop that are kind of inconsequential. Everything of importance I've kind of got, including all of the expert difficulty level exclusive drops, all 3 of their boss trophies. I got everything. So I'm pretty happy with how that went, and I've already got most of it researched. So overall, that went well. I now have pretty much everything I could want and need from this. But I still have one other invasion that takes just as much effort. And frankly, I like the enemy designs for that next invasion a lot more than the ones for this. But it's already getting late into this recording session, and I probably won't have the freedom to record without interruption for much longer. So we're gonna have to save that for another day. Okay, that did not start off too well because I opened the traps up way too late. And did not use any of my buff potions. Okay, now I've properly got my buffs active. Let's get in there and actually try to do some damage. That did not go well. What the shit? Okay, fuck it. This event has killed me 5 times already. I'm just going in with God mode to show off all the bosses. I've never been that good of a fighter, and apparently pretty shit at building arenas. It looks good. It's nowhere near as functional as I thought. Ah, here comes the next boss, Punk King. This guy is... yeah, he's a pain. I think I've only ever managed to legitimately kill this guy once. And again, that was also in a modded playthrough. Like, you gotta have some serious skill to take on these raid bosses. Something that, yeah, I'm skilled in building, I am not skilled in fighting. But that's a big part of why I use chlorophyte bullets and the assault shotgun. Because that removes a lot of skill from the equation. And just lets me absolutely pummel the shit out of them from a range without having to worry about aiming so much. Ah, and here's the last standard enemy. The Headless Horseman. Okay, so I farmed that event enough and got all of the items I needed. Not all of them are here, because a couple of them I only got one of, and, you know, I had to research them. But a lot of them I got duplicates of, everything I got at least one. This cursed sapling is just another pet item, I ain't gonna use it. Although it is a pretty fun pet item, but I prefer my Pikachu. But anyway, yeah, a lot of very interesting items in this set, largely pets and materials for new wing sets in 2 cases, but we've also got some different rides, like this Witch's Broom, which is basically the same as the UFO I've been using, except it's a little thinner and can fit into 3 block tall spaces instead of just the 4 that I've been stuck with using the UFO, so that's preferable. And of course there's the new hook that I got from it, which, you know, I've needed to upgrade that diamond one for a while. There's this interesting whip that does a hell of a lot of damage. Then there's the Hexed Branch, which gives me a very fast land mount. I mean, that's crazy fast. The Unpleasant Raven Staff, which these things are quite potent. The Necromantic Scroll, which is a very, very useful item that is just essential for late game summon builds. And I'll be able to make even better use of that once I get the Jungle Town set up and have access to another item that a certain NPC sells. The Bat Scepter, just a spell that summons bats to attack. It's pretty good. The Stake Launcher. This thing has got some serious beef to it. The only problem being that these stakes only spawn in this event. But, yeah, because of how Journey Mode works, I now have an infinite supply of them. And these things do a lot more damage. A hell of a lot more damage. So I'm just gonna fill my inventory with 2 of those, and stick to this Stake Launcher for a bit. Then of course there's the Jack-o'-lantern Launcher, which is a new rocket type that just lobs out huge rolling bombs. The Horseman's Blade was the one thing I needed most from this event, because it's a critical part in generating the final sword of the game. And then of course we've got this spider egg that's just a pet item, and some new trophies. The one thing I wanted most from this event was the Spooky Wood, which is a new building material that frankly just looks really good and takes to different paint colors really easily. There's a lot of interesting stuff I can do with that. Yeah, I'm just trying to fix a quick mistake I left off at the end of my Tundra build, because I finished the town and went on and made the Colosseum, was about to start the Hallowed village, when I realized I never built a fishing shack over here in the Tundra. Thankfully, we already had this nice little pond up here to work with, and eventually, when I have the Hallowed biome done, I'll be moving these guys out of this temporary shack I made when I was working on building this town. I just needed to move them out of the middle of the map so I could blow up those old apartments to make the Colosseum. Okay, I'd say this is a pretty damn nice tundra biome fishing shack. Obviously styled after an igloo, but with some mud brick and boreal wood supports, largely using the mud brick to store the fireplace, and a bit of wood for some support beams and more solid footing. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how this one turned out. It's a very unique build to my usual, and very detailed for something so compact. Could do more with it, I might come back and do more with it, but right now I'm pretty happy with how this is. And I'm mostly just eager to get to the build I was actually intending to do for this episode. So, let's pop over to the Hallowed biome and see what I can do. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're looking to support me a little further, you know, maybe get some bonus content, or just keep up with me and other fans, you can find links down in the description leading to my Patreon, my Discord, and my Twitter. And, you know, if you're following me on Patreon, then you can expect some content polls to decide what's coming up on the channel, yet a little bit of background additions to some other series I've been working on, you know, some more original and creative stuff. And who knows, if enough of you start supporting me soon, I might have a few other surprises up my sleeve too. Again, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you all again on the next video.